'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, yeah. I can fly.
Hi guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to do a tutorial on how to do the long fly trick in Apex Legends. It's where you can use the way you're looking to maximize how far you can glide during the game from the balloons. It also works from the spawn ship as well, so you can actually go further or get an upwards boost from the deep deploy ship as well, which can be used in quite interesting ways. So I'm going to just quickly go over analysing that first clip I showed in the intro, exactly how you do this trick, the actual mechanics to it and what you need to do. It's quite easy. It's much easier than the bunny hopping trick. If you haven't seen how to do the bunny hopping trick, that was my last video I uploaded yesterday, so feel free to go check that out. And thanks very much for how that video is doing. It's doing a lot better than my other videos. I'm relatively new to the YouTube game, so yeah, thank you very much for watching that if you did. And if you haven't seen it yet and you want to learn how to bunny hop fast while you're healing, check that video out and I'll help out a lot. So let's go on to analysing the glide. Okay, so I'm on that clip, not live, but looking at the clip again here in Windows Player. So I'm just going to quickly describe some of the things that I'm doing and explain exactly how you want to do this. So we'll just hit play here. So this is an example from a balloon. And you'll notice since I took this gameplay footage to explain it, I look up beforehand, which is something that's good to do. So you can look up while you're on the balloon. Once you launch, you hold your right click button or whatever your free look button is, and then look back down so you can see where you're going. You don't have to look back down, it's just so you can see where you're going, and it's a lot easier that way. And then as you saw, once you get close to any kind of environment where you would start to hover normally, you start to hover, but you also get a boost upwards. And I did the same thing here, and this is how you actually get longer flight, is you go near the mountains or anything like that, or buildings if they're high enough, and that triggers your thrusters upwards, where normally you would come down to land, but because you've done the looking upwards, you get a boost in momentum upwards. So I do that again, and in here I saw the guy go in here beforehand. My team marked it, and I'm dropping on this guy. So I'm using it to engage. I'm just lucky he didn't see me here, to be honest. I didn't expect him to come out. So that's the basics of it. That's all you have to do, really. You don't have to look up on the balloon. You can do it mid-flight. You can do it before you actually reach here, because the problem with free look is you can't move your trajectory, so you have to let go of free look. So if I wanted to turn around and go this way or that way, I would have to let go of free look here in order to do so, and that's the only real downside to this technique, is that if you're just holding your free look button, you can actually turn left or right using A and D or your controller buttons. This should work exactly the same on console. Whatever the free look button is on console, if you just hold that and use the right stick to look back down, it should work perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure. I haven't played this game on console, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that should work just fine. Okay, so here I have a second example. This is once you've had maybe a bit of practice. You can start to weave in and out buildings. So I know there's people down here. I saw them before while I was on the balloon going behind here. And I want to try and get a flanking angle on them. And this is more of an application of how you can use this. So here I use it to get a little bit lower. Then I drop into here and I use it to get a boost through onto the high ground. Unfortunately, they do grapple up top. But that's not a problem really. I chase them down. But that's an example of how to use it in order to take position. So normally, obviously, if I was just holding W here, I wouldn't be able to get under these bones. I'd have to land on them or land here, because I wouldn't be able to swoop under. So here I get the boost up. I use it there. And here I'm still holding it, so I get a little boost. That triggers my landing, and I land here. So the next thing I want to talk about is actually how to use the balloons aggressively. Not for using this trick, but I want to talk about when to use balloons and how. So the very basic way to use balloons, and the most obvious way really when you start playing the game, is actually using the balloons to get out of circle but there's a lot more applications for the balloons in this game, especially specific balloons, that you can quite easily use them to be very aggressive or to find people on the map. You can use them in this way to get more kills, if you want to go chase more fights to get practice. Using the balloons is a really good way to do that. If you watch the Apex Rivals tournament, the reason Dizzy was able to get so many kills was that he was scouting the whole map using the long glide and going from balloon to balloon to spot as many enemies as possible, and then going in for the 1v3s because he's got insane mechanics, which is obviously a separate thing. But the balloon trick is what helped him be able to scout out the whole map and find enemies. So that's also a good way to use it. Another great balloon is the one on bridges, where there's the high ground above. I have a clip of this that I'll put on while I'm talking about it. What you can do on that one is you can use the balloon to take the roof position there. It's either bridges or cascades, I can't entirely remember. You can take the roof position there, and there's teams fighting there all the time. On that high ground bridge there, you can go up there, you can take the position on the roof, and no one ever seems to expect it, and there's tons of holes in that roof, so you can throw grenades down under you. You can shoot through it with your Peacekeeper, or probably at that range, or whatever you're using. It always, I've found, catches the team that are there off guard. It's not often that they'll think to look up, especially if they're fighting someone else, which is often the case, and you hear it. You can balloon straight onto that roof, and try and go for the kills on them, and then take on the other team that they were fighting with a high ground advantage. So using balloons aggressively is really valuable in this game, and you don't need to use the glide trick for that. It is useful in some cases. So say you were coming in and you weren't going to make it to the high ground, if you just quickly look up and hold right click and look back down, you can take that high ground. But that's the basics of how you want to use balloons in this game, is aggressively, as much as possible, to get the practice and to try and get as many kills, because that's what this game's really all about, isn't it? So that's about it, guys. The long fly trick is really easy. After a bit of practice, you'll be able to do plenty of tricks and get into high ground and things like that. It's not overly complicated. Just give it a go in game as many times as you need to. You can just take balloons to get to places instead of running. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about long fly. Just a final note, if you haven't watched my bunny hop tutorial video, there's a link in the description if you do want to learn to move fast while you're healing. That's just a real quick 5-6 minute video showing you exactly how to do that, showing you the keybinds you need, explaining how it works. So if you want to check that out, please do. Again, thanks for the support on that video, thanks for the support on this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you want to comment with any constructive criticism, feel absolutely free. I am new to this, so feel free to tell me if I'm doing anything good or bad or anything like that. Just let me know. So thank you very much. I will be doing probably a lot more Apex content, so if you do want to keep updated on that, please do subscribe. I know I'm a new YouTuber, but feel free to put some faith in. I do want to upload some more Apex stuff. If there's anything you'd want to learn specifically, feel free to comment, and I'll make a video on it if I know about it, of course. If I don't know how to do it myself, I'm not going to make a video. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.